Okay, so finally we get to the pie chart. This is the chart for showing proportions, where you have values that you want to show proportions at a single point in time. Whereas line charts and column charts are good for showing trends over time, pie charts are best for showing proportions at a single point in time. And by single point in time, I mean, for example, sales for a single year. So let's go do sales for just 1 year in our data. Let's pick this range here, all 3 widget models, and let's do 2015. So I held down the control key and selected first this range and that range. Now I come up and do an insert of a pie chart, and up it comes like that. These charts are very easy to interpret. Clearly, the small widget, which is the blue area, sold by far the most number of widgets. Piece of cake to understand this thing. That's much harder to see when you're just trying to look at a set of numbers here. And of course, up here on the palette, there are a bunch of different designs. We can do that sort of thing. You can have the percentages display inside the wedges, like so, or that, with the legend on the top. And there are even situations where you can display both the name and the value, the percentages, inside the cell like that. You can put the name and percentage just outside. There's a lot of these, and it's sort of, you know, do you like tomato or tomato? It's like asking people if they, you know, what's your favorite color? So there are a lot of flexible ways of displaying this kind of thing. Next, I want to talk about how you can, in these sorts of different ways. I want to show you also how you can tweak the format of a pie chart. So for example, if I want to emphasize why large had the least amount of sales, I can click on just that wedge. And notice when I do, I get the 3 circles here at each corner. I can click on it and then drag it out. So that's called exploding a pie section, like so. I can make it stand out. And suppose I wanted to put an annotation on this so that I could put some explanation saying, you know, one of our suppliers had a fire in their factory or something like that. I can come up here to the Insert tab and select this little icon right up here, which are all the various kinds of shapes. There's a zillion shapes that you can add onto a diagram, but what I want are one of these call-outs down here. So let's take a box like this with a little arrow on it, call out with a line. I click on that, and then I drag it onto the surface of my chart. And now the line's not where I want it to be, so I'm just going to drag each end of the line so it points at my wedge. And I'm going to move this chart a little bit. Then I can double click inside the box and start typing. So large, fewer sales because of fire. And if my words don't fit, then I can come here and grab these buttons and drag it bigger, make this line a little bit clearer. And now that call out, this is called, this box with the words in it, is living inside the chart and will move around with the chart as if I move it around on the screen. When I click in the box, I can come up here to the Format menu and select different colors with different fill colors and so on. There's a whole bunch of these things like that. I can use to tweak the call out. I could put another call out over here if I wanted. Now, one of the things I didn't talk about much are 3D charts because personally I think they don't work very well. But if I come up here on my chart and select design, I can choose a different kind of chart. And for pie charts, sometimes 3D works well. So let's select a 3D pie like that. And it makes the thing seem to lay out flatter on the surface of the chart. Now, a strange thing about it is the green wedge is in the back, and maybe I'd like that to be in front. So I can right-click in the chart here and select 3D rotation and start rotating the chart around like this. That rotates this way. Let's rotate it in this axis like so. I can change that so that the wedge is now down here sort of in the front of the chart. I can drag my call out back here, put the lines here like so, and drag my call out like that. So I can format the thing pretty darn easily with a little bit of dragging and dropping. Matter of fact, I can take the whole chart like this, select all the wedges, and drag it around on the screen. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. It's Control Z to back that out. Well, it doesn't want to let me do that. So I'll bring it back like so. Then move this wedge out like so, and move my call out. You can see how you can spend some time tinkering with this. Of course, there's gradients in here and all that kind of stuff that are a part of it. The important thing is not to waste too much time doing the formatting of this stuff. Get it laid out, choose a format style that you can use in all your charts, and then make them look good and make them look consistent as you go.